Hi, I'm Paris, and with the eclipse just a few days away now, I've been hearing these wild stories about on eBay and Amazon people charging hundreds of dollars for a simple pair of paper eclipse glasses. The reason is a lot of places are just sold out. They don't have any more, so if you haven't gone and gotten these glasses yet, you may be out of luck. Doesn't mean though that you have to miss observing the eclipse.
Epic review, guys.
The surefire, safe way to observe the eclipse is to not use glasses because you're not going to look at the sun. They probably taught you this in elementary school, where you make a little viewer. All you need is a couple pieces of paper or cardboard, punch a little hole, go out in the sun and line them up, and you'll be able to observe the eclipse at less than hundreds of dollars for a pair of these glasses, just with 2 pieces of paper and a little pinhole. So I'll show you how this works. It's so easy to do. I'm also going to try to do it on a larger scale with some poster board I have to put in the window here, a mirror, and I'm going to try to project the image of the sun on the wall behind me about 6 feet across. So if you missed out on getting eclipse glasses, or even if you have some but you're not 100% sure you trust them and want to stare at the sun using them, I'll show you the safe way to watch it, because you definitely do want to observe it. It may be a once-in-a-lifetime event, but your eyes have to last you the rest of your lifetime. As I mentioned, it's as easy as 2 pieces of paper. The one you're going to be projecting the image onto should be white. It'll be the easiest to see that way. The other one doesn't really matter the color. And you're going to poke a small hole in it. Now, using a pin is okay. That might be a little bit too small of a hole. Safety pin size is probably better. A small awl. If you're out of those items, the point of a ballpoint pen, the little end of a Phillips type screwdriver, just get a small hole and try to make it as round as you can. Hey, good on the first go there. Okay, so that was the hard part. But the tricky part is lining things up with the sun and trying to get the shadow of this paper to fall on the one where you project the image so you can actually see something. Probably easier if I show you outside. Have the paper with the hole and the paper we're going to project onto, and the sun up in the sky. So right there, you should be able to see, believe it or not, that is the image of the sun. Now as we move the top paper further up, that will become larger but also fainter. Now I know you're thinking, yeah, it's just a dot of light, but no, actually that is the projection of the sun. If there were large sunspots, you can actually see them this way. And during the eclipse, you will see the moon covering different parts of the sun depending on where you're located and what part of the eclipse you get to see. If you're in the path of totality, of course, this would turn completely black. Pretty easy, right? Now to improve viewing there, you want to have the area where you're projecting the image of the sun as dark as possible. So if you can do it into the shade or something, that would be better. If you could do it into a room, now I'm going to do a little experiment here involving a mirror and having one of my kids stand out in the yard in the sun and catch some sunlight and send it in through the window that's right behind the camera there. I have some black poster board here to help darken up the window below the shade, and I'm going to poke a hole through it, and I'm thinking the room will be very dark, and with the distance, remember the distance from the paper with the hole to where you're projecting it, it gets larger, so I'm thinking the 10 feet from that window to here, I should get a pretty big image of the sun. Here's my setup as viewed from inside the room. You can see the hole there near the top. And yeah, the windows were a little wider than the poster board. And here's the wall where I plan to project the image of the sun. Here's the view from the outside, and I am out in the yard with the mirror. Come on, Roxana.
You almost got me in the face.
I won't shine it on you. And the light will shine, if I can get it steady here, through that hole, and then I'll go see what we got on the inside of the room. Hopefully it's an image of the sun on the far wall. You ready to take over, Roxana? Mm-hmm. I would think it would be much larger. I wonder why it's not. Because over there, did I make the hole too large? Maybe that's the problem. Well, Roxana and I tried it with numerous holes and it doesn't work. It works in reverse of what I was anticipating. The further away I go, it seems the smaller the image of the sun appeared on the wall. It was only about the size of a quarter or so, and I was expecting this big image. But we went online and researched it. And no, I'm still not sure why things weren't behaving the same way as this, where when you move the hole further away from the screen, it gets bigger. Yeah, I wasn't moving the hole, was I? I was moving the light source. Anyway, I'm not sure why that didn't work. I'll think about it more later, but I found a cool way that is guaranteed to work, at least if you believe everything you see online. I'm going to take my cardboard here, my poster board, and I'm going to cut out this section the right size to cover up the mirror, leaving just a small hole. Actually, I think this hole might be a little bit too small. From what I've read, I'll just need a small opening in it. And basically, I'm doing the pinhole effect at the mirror itself. And so it will take that solar image, bounce it across the street, through the window, into the darkened room, and give me a fair size image on the wall. Here's what I've got, and I notice on the wall now, I've got this band. Let's hope that an image of the sun appears right there. That is harder to see, but maybe it'll be the right shape when it gets inside. How's it looking, Roxana?
It's definitely bigger than last time.
4 times bigger. Okay, I'm gonna go across the street and see what I can do. All right, some more design modifications. Had to make the hole in that card a little bit larger. And we had to find just the right distance to go out in the yard to get this to work. I got it to work. Roxana reported, so now she's going to try and we're gonna see. Okay, we have made some progress. We have a little bit of a double image going on. Maybe it's maybe there's clouds passing. Yeah, I think there's some clouds passing in front. But the double image, I think, is because the card isn't flat against the mirror. But still, this is pretty good, and it's a lot bigger than it was on the little piece of white paper, if not quite as steady. Well, that turned into quite a project. Had Roxana and I online researching things and experimenting, trying different styles with the holes, different distances and so forth. I think we learned some stuff, and we learned we need to go read some more. If you decide to go with the card on the mirror and the little hole and shine that into a darkened room so several people can watch and have a really nice image of it, practice before the day of the eclipse. It takes some time to figure out all the variables with this. Otherwise, good enough for 5th graders, good enough for 50-year-olds. Punch a hole in a piece of paper and shine it and you'll get to watch it there. Of course, it'll be streamed live. I think one of the TV networks is doing a 2-hour special during the whole thing. So it's nice to see it that way, but I don't feel like I've really seen it if I watch it on TV. I could watch, there are total solar eclipses every year or two somewhere in the world, and I can watch them on TV. I want to see what's really going on right where I am. Thank you for sticking with me through all the experimentation. In return, I would like to do a giveaway. No, it's not eclipse glasses. By the time you get them, be too late. It's a set of stamps that has been issued by the post office here in the United States in commemoration of the total eclipse, and they do something so cool. On the back of the sheet of stamps, you can see the path of totality of the eclipse, and these are the stamps. Now they're pretty cool looking, right? You can see the moon blocking out the sun with a corona around it. Well, these are the first time the post office has ever made thermochromatic stamps. Thermo as in heat, as in you warm them up. I'm going to put my thumb here behind this top stamp. And what happens is the heat takes away the black covering and you can actually see the details of the moon underneath. And when you take the heat away and it cools back down, goes back to being all black, changes back and forth any number of times. Coolest stamps ever. If you'd like a chance to win one of these sets of stamps, comment down below this video something, anything eclipse related, and after the eclipse on Monday, August 21st, 2017, I'll pick one commenter, get in touch with you, and send you out a sheet of these super cool stamps. I hope wherever you are, you get to observe the eclipse safely and have a nice experience with family and friends. Here, there's a 30% chance of rain. If we do get some blue skies, sometime after lunch around 1:30 or 2, I think it'll be the maximum that we'll get to see here from Austin. It's about 65% coverage. I will do a live stream, but otherwise I won't be live streaming raindrops. You can keep checking back for that video, or you can click that subscribe button and the bell next to it. You'll get notified when my videos go up. See you on the next review.
Shopping is easy when you know what to buy. At EpicReviewGuys, we give it a try. What does the fox buy? Nobody knows, but before he goes shopping, he watches our video.